welcome everyone online. Thank you for joining. We're getting set up here. Oops. All right, looks like we have 16 people online. Very nice. Okay. Let me move here. All right, we're going to give it about 1 more minute. All right, for you guys who came here in person, thank you for coming, making time to stay. I have some buffalo chicken that I made for you guys to sample. It's made with Greek yogurt, hot sauce, and chicken. So definitely packed with protein, helps you get more flavor options. All right, very nice. Do we get a recipe? I can put it in the chat. It's super simple. All right, yes. All right, guys, and you guys online can hear me okay? Does it sound good? Okay, perfect. Very nice. Thank you. All right, Tyler, I think I did the setup thing. Yeah, I think, and everyone's online, so I don't know if you want to keep an eye on the comments and stuff. Yeah. Greek yogurt. It's the Faye. They had that.
You weren't supposed to tell them till they ate it.
Oh, I'm bad at keeping secrets.
Yogurt and chicken.
And then hot sauce. And then I did add a splash of ranch dressing because there was a high vinegar flavor in there. So I wanted to bring it down just a little to give it that creaminess. Yay! Yeah. It was
Frank's Red Hot.
Frank's Red Hot. Yep. And honestly, I was just like pouring taste, and I was like, okay. It had a little bit. It was a little too high in the vinegar for me. Some people love it, and they're like, they could have just left it. But I added a little bit of that ranch dressing, and that's what I made. That ranch dressing is the same thing. It's the same thing I used the last time I brought something.
Where are your sites? ChatGPT?
I just emailed them. So if you go to my email, I sent them to your email. So if you go to my sent folder. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It gives you another option. John, we have some chicken.
Your favorite.
It's your favorite?
So good.
All right, guys, we're going to get started here. So I kind of want to start off by asking you guys, how many of you, and this is a show of hands, how many of you have gone through your day with all intention that you were going to do great, and then you had a mess up? Right? Sal said, if you didn't pick up your hand, you're a liar. Okay. All right. Now, how many of us have said, gosh, since I messed up, I'll just start on Monday, and it's Wednesday or Friday, and you're like, well, Monday's around the corner, right? Yeah, me too, definitely. Oh, perfect. What do I do? Press the button?
You can use the arrows.
Okay, arrows. Thank you. All right. So it's definitely happened. It's happened to all of us. Either it happened accidentally, or we kind of went in and we were kind of like, well, you know, there's a birthday party, and we didn't intentionally try to mess up, but we didn't try to not mess up, right? We just kind of ignored it a little bit. So both instances can happen, and those are the things that we're going to kind of talk about today. So today is slip-ups and support, how to pivot, persist, and thrive. All right. So want to talk to you. So just like you guys, I've had tons of text messages, calls, you name it, where I've talked to clients and they've had that same story. So it's very common, very normal. The slip-ups happen. And some of you, I know we've gone through phone calls and I've said, well, what are we going to do this next week, right? I don't sit in it too much. There's not a lot of harping on why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? Because our main focus is always, what are we going to do? What does this next week look like? What does your work week look like? Are you working? Are you traveling? Right? We start talking about the future, and that's because I'm trying to get you prepared to think about what you have to do when you're going to get groceries. And I'm like giving you those nudges so that you can stay ready. Although slip-ups happen, as you guys have seen, whether you're ready or not. All right, so it's really interesting with nutrition because a lot of times people will have that one mess up and then they're like we all have, we're like, well, on Monday, I'll just get back on it. And if you think about it, nowhere else in life that I can think of, tell me if you have an example, do we say, well, I have one flat tire, let me just mess up the rest. Why not, right? And if you think about that one meal, let's say you forgot your lunch and you had to, and your coworkers brought in Dion's pizza and you're like, oh man, I'm starving. You're working somewhere. You can't get other food. You need to eat. So you eat the pizza, right? So that happens. But the reality of it is that one mess up out of all the meals that you're going to have is a small percentage of the overall food that you're going to eat. And so the reality of it is, I think they said, so if we have 3 meals a day, and there's 7 days in the week, that's 21 meals. And if you messed up on one meal, that's only 5%. So 5%, you didn't do the best, but there's 95% we could have made a big improvement. So what's our next goal? How do we get that next meal to balance us out, right? And that's the same thought process that we can use to prepare ourselves when we do know that, you know, your auntie's coming and she's making her famous blueberry pie and you only see her once a year. So let's prepare for that. If we're going to have the pie, how do we balance our meal that day so that we don't lose the progress that we've made? So balance is also key in what we do and how we eat, and your body's going to love you for it. So if you think about that, just remember that one mess up, it's not going to define you, and it isn't a make or break. Now, here's the next thing. Okay, that's for you guys. The other thing to consider is how we talk to ourselves internally. Food holds a very special space for us because it helps us thrive. It's how we've connected with loved ones. It's also how we have poured ourselves into maybe sadness. And so it is a space, Isaiah, can you be quiet? It's a space where you can, oh gosh, it's a space where, how do I say this? We may not tell ourselves the truth because we don't want to admit that we're doing as bad as we're doing. So we'll say, well, they said there's pork on the list, but it's pork tenderloin, right? It's not pork chop. And those are the things, mess ups are going to happen, but we have to be honest with ourselves on when those mess ups happen. Because if you have, if you're thinking, well, I had, pork's on the list and I eat pork all the time. And when we talk or when you're looking at your food, you can't identify where your mess up is, you'll stay in that plateau because we can't find the little snag that's messing or holding you at your plateau. And so Those are the little differences that can really put you closer to your results. But it all starts with being honest with yourself. If you had leaner meat compared to not lean meat, if you had a dessert every night compared to, skipping out on the dessert or doing like a sugar-free Jello. So either you put the balance in or you didn't, and the only one who's going to know it's you. And so at the end of the day, you have to be honest with yourself. Once you get there, then change can really happen. And the mess up's okay. We can figure it out as long as you first start by being honest with yourself. Okay? So, move that. All right, guys. All right. So in those moments, I want you to think back of that time you finished that pizza and you're like, oh, it was great when you ate it, but now you're like, shit. Oh. So that moment happens. I want you to think back at that moment, and I want us to think of how to move forward. So in that moment, you're feeling regret, sadness, frustration, disappointment, or maybe you're just a little satisfied. That's okay as well. You were hungry and you fueled your body. What I want us to do, our first thing is I want us to pause and name what happened. This is how we start being honest with ourselves. And you say, okay, well, I had a piece of pizza, or I went for the ribs, even though I know I brought the chicken breast. This is a true story. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be good. I brought the chicken breast, and then I ate the pork ribs, and I was like, so I was so close. I was right there. And so it happens, right? And so that moment is taking a breath, not blaming yourself. Don't let that guilt or frustration sit with you, but just name it. I had ribs. Own it. That's what you did. That's what I ate. It was a moment. That's all it was. The second thing we do is we acknowledge that not only was like a moment, it was a very human moment where everybody has had that feeling. So you're not the only one. And then the third thing that we can do, and this is the most important, is the pivot. We want to make sure that we hydrate and that the next meal that we have is going to be a high protein packed meal. And so that's going to be our main focus. So we're like, we had the pizza, we had the ribs, whatever it was, that next meal, okay, let me make sure I'm drinking more water. Why? There might have been more sodium in that food, right, that we just ate, and then our body holds on to it. So we want to make sure that we're helping our body just flush out what it should. And then when we get to our next meal, making sure that that next meal is going to have a high protein. Oh, all right. Okay. So important things to think about when we start, and I know you guys have had your list. We've talked about the list. It's a beautiful list, isn't it, guys? It gets a little boring. And so bringing little treats like this, I try and make sure that we can find ways to make sure that it doesn't have to be boring. We can do little swaps like this so that it's more enjoyable. Now, will our kids follow? Maybe not. But we have to create new habits because we can't eat like our 13-year-olds. And there might be different palates there, and we have to adjust our life so that we keep our blood pressure down, our blood sugars down. I mean, we are here doing this for our health, for our wellness, for our fitness. There's a plethora of reasons why we're here. For the movement, to decrease our pain. Sometimes pain can come from inflammation. Where does inflammation come? It comes from our food. And so we have to start creating habits so that we start improving our health. And I promise you, your 13-year-old, your 6-year-old, they would rather you be around longer than you eating right next to them. And they're going to eat what they're going to eat. Sometimes it's not a lot or it's really bad, but they're going to get through that. So it's creating those habits and knowing that that might mean a little bit of a lifestyle shift. That might mean I'm going to make this chicken, this pan of chicken, and then I have the gravy or I put it, maybe you separate, and this is what you make the kids because they're going to eat it and they need their calories to grow, and they can deal with the extra cheese, but we can't. So then you have your chicken here, you made them together, then you separate it, and it's kind of instilling those habits so that you can keep this and make this a lifestyle. Because we don't want this to be a fad. We want this to be something that you just naturally start doing in your life so that we can live healthier. Let's see. I think somebody had a question. And call messages. Let me see here. Oh, I think someone just left. Okay. All right. Moving on. So the solution is we identify and we're honest with ourselves. We don't give ourselves blame. We let ourselves know that that's a human response that we're having, a human moment that we're having, and then we pivot. That's the most important thing. Pivot, make a better choice. That's it. And whatever that is, as long as it's protein packed, you have your option. And where do we look for our best protein options? You guys all have it. Food list. Yes. Look at your food list. Keep looking at your food list. Don't put it in a drawer. Okay, I just had to say that, guys. All right. So, all right, now, are you okay? He didn't have soccer today, so. All right, so sometimes, that brings us to supplements as well. Because sometimes we need a little bit of help to carry on. Life gets stressful, our life gets busy. And so we want to make sure that we are putting ourselves with our best foot forward, and our supplements are a great way to do that. And something that's super simple, if people were ever like, I just don't want to dabble into supplements, I'd always 100% recommend a fish oil. If you're that worried, a fish oil is something natural. You should be getting it from your fishes, but we don't always eat the amount that we need to. And so increasing and adding that fish oil is one of the best ways to decrease inflammation in your body. And so if you have family members, you have aunts, cousins, uncles, anybody who's dealing with those kind of things, and they're like, oh no, I don't want to do anything that's not natural, tell them, go grab a fish oil. There's proven science behind it, any fish oil. Okay, that's one of the bare basics that you can start off with. It's just a natural fish oil, and it's really great for your vascular system. The next thing, which is one of our fan favorites here, is let's see, Isaiah. He's gonna drop my stuff, guys. You guys should see what I'm dealing with over here. I know. All right, so supplements are, the name is within it. It's to supplement and support us and our diet. It is never a pill that is supposed to replace the hard work that you do when you pick green leafy vegetables, when you're picking lean proteins. So that work has to happen first. And if you're doing that and you're doing that consistently, you can support your body with a little bit of help. And we have Isaiah, don't touch the table, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so it's not a magic pill. It's a supplement. It's there to support you. One of the favorites that we have here is Prestige Heat. It's the fat burner. It's, I don't know, one of the things that I really love about it personally is that before I even met Prestige and any of the people and any of the education that they give us about it, I had a pill bottle thing, like a medicine thing, and I had like garlic that was in like one of those pills. I was like, this is garlic. So I had garlic there. I had ashwagandha. I had, oh my gosh, my vitamin B12. I had my fish oil, my multivitamin, like you name it. I had like, I looked like I'm walking around like I'm 80 years old, but I'm like, I just wanted to support my body a little bit more. There's so many things that as women, our calcium goes down. We need more vitamin D. I mean, you name it. There are things that we can do to support our bodies. So I was doing that. And then when I looked at Prestige Heat and I realized they put like 4 of my pills all in one. And I was like, I could get rid of these 4 and just have this one. And it increases my ability to be more consistent with my results and with my workouts. I really felt like this is the thing for me. So show of hands, who's on Prestige Heat right now? Yes? Can you guys smell the garlic in it? It's kind of gross, huh? No, it's a little bit, it's intense, right? It is. There's something in there I cannot smell. Because the one I had before, it was like an oil. So it didn't have that much of a smell. But this one, I was like, oh great. Yeah. So it's definitely something you can tell that it has like the true ingredients that it says on the bottle, like it's in there. Yeah. The other thing that we have here that's really helpful is the craving crusher. This one is really important because it helps with the cortisol levels. And that's one of the main reasons why we accidentally start snacking and you start going to your pantry and you're like, what's in there? And you're looking, you start kind of looking, you're not even kind of hungry, but you're just kind of like, and you realize, why am I doing this? There might be a little bit of the stress that starts raising your cortisol levels, and you can naturally tend to reach for things in the pantry, things in our fridge. So it is very helpful when we have tools like this to help us. But again, it's not going to replace the work that we do in the kitchen. It's not going to replace our preparation. So again, in life, we got to find that balance, making sure that we have the workouts, we have the foods, we have the supplements, and it really is overall, we need a little bit of everything to get us to where we want to be. So let's see, I think I'm getting down here to the end. So my recap, it's not about being perfect. It's about remembering that you're human when you've made a mistake, doing your redirect. Very, very important. Because you can say, oh, okay, I messed up. But the next thing you do, right, hydrate and increase your protein with your next meal. That's going to help balance whatever you did for lunch or breakfast or dinner. Okay, so the redirect is going to be important. You just get back on. The minute you realize you were off, you just hop back on. And that's what keeps us moving. That's going to give us the 95% that we need to get there, because we don't need to be perfect. We just need to keep trying and realize if we really are like trying to our best effect, which means being honest with ourselves, looking at what we're choosing and trying to make sure that we're aligning that with our goal, aligning that with our food list so that we keep eating and progressing, so we don't fall into those, plateaus. All right, guys, we're going right into the quiz. So we've talked a lot about it, so I'll be able to go right into it. So let's see. Let me make sure there it is. Okay. All right, question 1. One skipped meal or bad meal ruins your week's progress. True or false? Perfect. Let's see. Yes, false. Thank you. Thank you. I wish I could make this. Next question. The real harm in a slip up is often the guilt and not the food itself. True or false? Absolutely. That's what's going to continue to like encourage you to do that. Very nice. Next question. Only perfect adherence leads to real results. False. Perfect. Thank you. Danny in the chat. Thank you. Julio in the chat. Thank you. Charity in the chat. All right. It's helpful to pause, reflect, and then choose a better option after slipping up. True. Yes, Brittany, Erica, Teresa, thank you. Tons of people in there. Oh my gosh. Very nice. Next question. High protein recovery meals can help reestablish momentum. True. Thank you. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Danny. All right. Oh, there I am. All right. A thermogenic fat burner supplement alone is a magic solution. Oh. Good. Thank you. A supplement like the Craving Crusher can help manage cortisol levels and cortisol-related cravings. True. True. Thank you, Waylon. Yes, true. Jordan, yes, true. Intra. Oh, we didn't talk about intra. So we'll see if you guys know this one. Intra workout supports recovery and training performance. True. Yes. Very nice. That helps reduce that soreness, right, the next day. All right. And then if you slip, your lack of willpower, and you should quit your nutrition plan. Yes. Within that. Yes, false. Thank you, Francis. And building a bounce back muscle is just as important as developing discipline. True. So that's that pivot, right? Being able to know you messed up and just choosing to make a better choice. All right, guys, that's the end of it. So next time you mess up, I want you guys to think about it and just know to redirect, make a better choice at the next one. Keep yourself hydrated and stay looking at your list, right? Keep looking at your protein list. Don't forget your list. Don't put it away. Keep staring at it, looking at it. Know it. Oh, somebody said go Team Tyler. I don't know. No. Who's? Yeah. Gosh. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. If there's